A $5 coffee doesn't look like a financial problem. You buy one, enjoy it, and move on with your day. $5 feels small, but money decisions don't happen only once. They happen repeatedly. When a small decision becomes a daily habit, the long-term number can become surprisingly large. Imagine spending $5 every day. That's $35 a week, about $150 a month, and roughly $1,825 every year. Now, that doesn't automatically mean you should stop buying coffee. The real question is this: what are you giving up when you spend that money? Every dollar you spend has another possible destination. It could pay a bill, reduce debt, build an emergency fund, or potentially be invested. That's what economists call opportunity cost. You're choosing what that money cannot do somewhere else. Suppose you spend $5 every day on coffee. At the end of 1 year, you've spent about $1,825. That number is much easier to notice than $5. But now imagine making the same decision for 5 years. The repeated spending becomes much more significant. And if you continue for 10 or 15 years, the difference becomes even more interesting. This is where compound growth enters the picture. Compounding means your money can potentially earn returns, and those returns can generate additional returns. Think of it like a snowball rolling downhill. At the beginning, the snowball is small, but as it rolls, it can gather more snow. Investing can work in a similar way over long periods, although real investments don't grow in a perfectly smooth line. Markets go up, markets go down. Some years are strong, some years are disappointing. There are no guaranteed returns, but time can give compounding more opportunity to work. If someone invested roughly $5 a day for 15 years and achieved an average annual return of 8%, the result could be around $50,000. That's an illustration, not a promise. Actual results depend on investments, markets, fees, taxes, timing, and other factors. The power isn't really in the $5. The power is in consistency, time, and compounding. That's why personal finance isn't only about cutting expenses. It's about making intentional decisions with your money. You don't have to refuse every coffee, restaurant meal, or small purchase. That isn't realistic for most people. Instead, ask yourself, what expenses do I actually value? If buying coffee genuinely brings you enjoyment and fits your budget, there's nothing automatically wrong with it. But if you're buying it every day simply because you've never questioned the habit, that's worth examining. Maybe you discover you genuinely love the coffee. Keep it. Maybe you could make coffee at home most days. The important part is that the decision becomes intentional. And when you reduce an expense, don't simply let that money disappear into another category. Redirect it. You could automatically transfer the difference into savings, build an emergency fund, pay down high-interest debt, or invest. The destination matters. Let's talk about saving first. Before worrying about building wealth, many people need a financial safety net. An emergency fund can help with unexpected expenses without immediately relying on expensive debt. Life doesn't always follow your budget. Having savings can give you breathing room when something unexpected happens. Once you have that foundation, investing can become another part of the plan. High-interest debt can work against you in the same way compound growth can work for you. When you carry expensive credit card debt, interest can accumulate against you. So don't blindly assume every dollar should go into investments. Your financial priorities matter. Housing, transportation, insurance, debt, subscriptions, and lifestyle inflation can have major effects on your finances. Don't spend all your energy eliminating every tiny pleasure. Look at the expenses that have the biggest impact. If you reduce a major recurring expense, that may matter far more than skipping an occasional coffee. When your income increases, be careful about lifestyle inflation. Getting a raise doesn't automatically mean you need a more expensive car, apartment, subscriptions, and shopping. One opportunity that comes with higher income is increasing your savings and investment rate. That's the idea behind paying yourself first. Decide in advance what should go towards savings or investments. Automation can make this easier. You don't have to rely on motivation every month. Small systems can be more powerful than temporary motivation. You don't need to start with a huge amount. Start with an amount you can realistically repeat. Maybe it's $5, maybe 20, maybe 100. The right number depends on your situation. What matters is creating a sustainable habit. Wealth building is usually not a one-day event. It's one contribution, then another, then another. Over time, those contributions can add up. Starting early can be valuable because you give your money more time, and time is something you cannot buy back. But don't confuse patience with ignoring risk. Investing is not a magic machine that turns every dollar into more dollars. Markets fluctuate. Your investments can lose value. That's why investing should match your goals and risk tolerance. Your budget should reflect your values. Keep expenses that genuinely improve your life and reduce those that don't. Awareness comes before improvement. Review your statements, subscriptions, debt payments, and recurring purchases. The goal isn't to become cheap. The goal is to become intentional. Spend, save, and invest according to your priorities. The lesson was never that coffee is bad. The lesson is that repeated decisions matter. Spend intentionally, save consistently, invest patiently, and give your future money a purpose.